Warriors. I'm going to start off with USD CAD. Was a little early Sunday night, bought more yesterday. So here's a setup in Canada. There's a few signals. Now I'm trading the divergences, which is not a, it's a leading edge. I'm trying to get in. I am in before the signal, but your real signal is going to be closing back inside this falling wedge return line. Comes in around 93, but let's, make it prove itself with something around 36 would be a signal. And then should it take out 36.50, that's another signal. So you could have an additional add-on over 36, over 36.50, and then, take partials on, then you have 3 units or so to be able to play with and take partials. I have it as a falling wedge, and I could have anchored the wedge line anywhere, but I did it up here, and it's a pretty clean line, pretty clean wedge. And the rule on falling wedges is that there's potential to retrace 100% of the move, and that would take it back up to 139-ish, 140. There's going to be stopping points along the way, like 138, but one step at a time. We still need a close over 36 to prove it. Yesterday, my BE stop got picked off at the low of the day, well, at 20, and I had to get back in there. And that's what I left you guys with, that if you get stopped out and you still like the trade, the fourth P was persistence. So I still believe in the trade. It's really kind of a similar formation, although the dollar's already ahead of USD CAD because it's already trying to negate the throw over. Did it once, negated it. Now we're back above it. So we need for the dollar to get going here. I think it's waiting on the Fed. Maybe what the Fed doesn't do could ignite it tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow's the Fed decision. I wanted to talk about Bitcoin, which I've been providing analysis with, and actually put out a sale at the 10.8 level. So, you have 2,300. And when it was down here, I said, look for a rip to 10.8. I, underestimated it. It almost went 900 higher against the highs at 110. So if you look, here's the high, here's the first high, here's the second high, which this also supports risk off move coming, especially if we take out 104. So I'll get to the S&Ps in a minute, but you have nice profits made to take partials from 108. It's about 2,400, and now go with BE stops on the remainder and see what happens. Maybe we could get a breakdown this week. I have this speed line coming in the mid to low 90s, depending how fast it gets there. And let me just show you how important near that level is. I have for quite a few times, but let's look at it again, and it's this 92 level. Okay, maybe it shows up better on the daily, all the tags that we had, but it's the most important pivot, in my opinion, on the Bitcoin chart is 92. See, 92, 92, 92, and the speed line, the 200 days coming in at 95, and the speed line could eventually get to 92. Saw a look from Wickoff, and if we start to break down, it might even be more serious than that. So kind of an ugly day after trying to shake out shorts yesterday. I'm bearish. Ethereum's holding up so much better, but I still think that if I'm right about Bitcoin, it'll be a pullback. This one I don't think is going to take out 1,400. I would just draw the fibs from here to here and start nibbling at 50%, 61.8. And then let's just take a look at where are we? XRP. It's down today, 222. So, I'm being patient. maybe I'll miss it. I think if I get that target in Bitcoin, that there could be one more flush down here to 150. I'll wrap it with energy. So I think everyone's a little bit too complacent. We had that down day yesterday, and everyone's saying that was it. It's come off a trend line. There's a trend line. I think that you have to. I think eventually we're going to take this out and head towards 90 or so, which means that there's probably going to be uh, potential disruptions coming from Iran. Either it's through the strikes on Iran, or if Iran decides to say, well, if we can't sell oil, no one can, and try and do something in the Straits of Hormuz. So I'm still looking for a pullback. I haven't recommitted yet. I like the 66 area a lot. This was, a very important level before we broke down. I don't think we're going to get all the way back down to the breakout. That would have me suspect it, but close enough so that you could be wrong under the breakout. Uh, quick look at metals. Gold silver ratio, as forecasted for quite some time, is under pressure. It's now under the 92 level. This 92 level, and that's 92 in Bitcoin and 92 in gold silver ratio. Anyway, we'll see if it could hold it and get some type of ABC. I know silver looks tremendous, like a champion. I have this broadening top formation, but just a little short-term warning in the silver is that we've made new highs without confirming it on the 4 hour. But your preferred short with what the gold silver ratio is doing would be gold on a rally. So we'll see what happens, but we're starting to approach this 38 level was something I talked about in silver. So be careful with your precious metal longs as well. And getting back to rates, every time they try and knock these 10 years down, they come right back. I think we're going to get a breakout over this wedge temporarily and challenge is high. And that could also be part of the dollar rally and the S&P correction. And really your major liquidity market is Bitcoin. And if I'm right about mid to low 90s, that would be saying that liquidity is not so great for anything. So that's a wrap. I hope that this is adding value to what you're trying to accomplish. Uh, Tomorrow I have Anas Haji, who knows people in the Middle East. He's a Saudi, and he says he has some surprises for me. Him and I kind of debated over whether there be a strike or not. Now our debate is what happens in the Strait of Hormuz if something's going to happen. So tune in tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. EST. Anas Haji, oil expert in the middle of a Middle East war. Let's see what Anas has to say. And remember, don't just count your barrels of oil, count your blessings.